Welcome to the OASD Secondary Gradebook Setup Part 1. In our previous trainings, we had talked about secondary grading, reporting, and record keeping in Infinite Campus, and that the Infinite Campus Gradebook is an updated tool that's going to help us move further along in our standards-based learning philosophy and standards-based grading. But once again, no gradebook tool is perfect. Our secondary gradebook before was aligned to benchmarks or standards, but the grade was being generated by the assignment, the project, or the test. In our secondary gradebook in Infinite Campus, the standards are going to be generating the grades. So the scores that we attach to standards are going to flow into the grade. And we organize the gradebook by assignments, assessments, projects, labs, or the categories. So once again, the standards and the grade or the score that you attach to the standards is what's going to drive the grade. With that in mind, this is how we're going to be setting up the gradebook. So step 1, go to Campus Instruction Beta. Make sure you are in your school and the correct calendar. Notice in the upper right hand corner where you can check for your correct calendar. Step 2, click on Gradebook from the folders on the left hand side. Step 3, click on Settings to expand. Click on Settings again to collapse. You'll see the little chevron or the triangle there that indicates where you should click. When setting up the gradebook needs the following setups to function. You need to set up your categories correctly, and the grade calculation options needs to be set up correctly. If those are not set up correctly, that's where people are having issues as far as no grades are showing up in their gradebook and nothing's being calculated. So step 4, we're going to set up a category. So click on Categories on the left-hand side in the settings. Step 4, continued. Reference your department's category list. Each of the departments have worked together to come up with a consensus on what their categories should be and their weighting. So make sure you know what your categories are and what their weights are before you begin this part. Down at the bottom, click Add to the category list. Once you get to this screen, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to name your category. So it may be assessment, coursework, summative, etc. Then where it's circled green, you're going to add your weight. And it needs to be 80, 20, 30, 40, whatever your weights are going to be, they're going to add up a total of 100 after you have put all of your categories in. Then the next circle there that's in the dark blue is your sequence. This is the order that it's going to appear when you see it drop down or within your categories within your gradebook. So it's a sequence or what order it is, and it doesn't have anything to do with the calculation. And then off to the right, you're going to click Term. You want all 4 terms, or if it's a semester course, the 2 terms clicked. Then you are going to scroll down and you're going to select standards for this category. If the category that you happen to be working with has to do with life and career skills or work habits, you may only want to click on the life and career skills standards. Or if the category that you're working with deals just with, let's say, writing, maybe you only want to click on the standards that have to do with writing, or perhaps whatever pertains to your course. If you want to select all your standards, you can go across the top where you see in red and click the box, and all will be filled in. Or you can see where it's in green, you can scroll down and select the individual standards that you will want in that category. It just helps you organize and shortens the drop-down menu when you create an assignment. Then scroll to the end of the standards down to grading tasks, and this is important. Make sure all boxes are unchecked. It seems a little bit counterintuitive that the grading tasks would not be checked, but we are doing in-progress grading, so all of the grades or the scores will accumulate over the semester. And then you want to hit Save. Step 4, repeat to add other categories. And so in this case, we have formative here. And remember that our direction is after you've added all of your categories, we want every single department to add a formative category where the weight will be 0, and you're going to click on exclude from the calculation. What this is going to do is this going to give you an opportunity that if you have only one score for standard, or you have only one score within a category, etc., that you're going to have a way that you can exclude it from the calculation. And we'll give you more information about that. Then grading tasks, once again, make sure that no boxes are checked. Hit save and hit close. You've now set up your categories. The next thing you need to set up is your grade calc options. So click on grade calc options, and then this screen will pop up. You want to go to the bottom and click continue. Under standards, you're going to choose the calculation type circled in red, and we are choosing in progress grade. Then you need to choose a grading scale circled in green. And you're going to choose secondary traditional if you are scoring by points, or high school proficiency or middle school proficiency if you're using rubric scoring or proficiency scoring, like 4, 3, 2, 1, which many of our literacy and English teachers are doing. Under grading tasks, then you scroll down, you're going to keep going. Under grading tasks, you're going to choose calculation type, once again, in progress grade, and then choose grading scale. Once again, it's going to be the same thing, secondary traditional or high school proficiency or middle school proficiency. And then you're going to click save. Doing this correctly is very important. If your grade calculation options are not set up, an in-progress grade will not appear in your gradebook. So then click save, and then you can click close to back out. Now you're ready to create an assignment. And you can create an assignment from the gradebook, from the planner, or from assignment overview. Down at the bottom here is the link to the campus community page that shows you how to create assignments from like the planner or from the assignment overview. We're going to keep it simple, and we're going to show you how to create an assignment from the gradebook. So in the gradebook, you can go to one of two spots. You can go under settings to assignment list, or you can click on Add up at the top. Either way, it's going to take you to this page where it says Assignment Detail. You're going to name your assignment, and then you need to give it abbreviation. And the reason you do that is so that it doesn't expand or make your gradebook too big. Then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to pick the section or sections that you want to create this assignment for. So if you teach multiple sections of the same thing, you might want to check all the boxes. You're going to want to check active, and then notice there's a campus portal. Do you want it visible to parents and students at this time? And then assigned and due, you put in your dates that it's assigned or due. And then your gradebook sequence just means what order is it going to be in. Anytime you see sequence in Infinite Campus, it tells you what order is it going to be in. The first, second, third, fourth. Then under scoring alignment detail, we always want it aligned to the gradebook. From there, you're going to scroll on down, and you have to link an assignment to standards. And remember that assignment could be a test, it could be a project, whatever it is, it has to be aligned to standards. Otherwise, it's not going to go anywhere. So check the standards that are going to align to this assignment. And this one here, we happen to check it for coursework, or you could check it for assessment. If you choose formative, remember formative, it'll go in your gradebook, but it will be excluded from the calculation. It'll be there, it'll be a piece of information, but it will not be included in the grade calculation. Then for our gradebook, going to the right, we always choose points. Marks are not set up in our gradebook. And rubric scoring is not set up in our gradebook because we are not using the power law. So you want to click points. Then off to the right, that next box is where you're going to put the points. If you chose the secondary traditional grading scale, you'll put in however many points, 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5, whatever the number of points are going to be. If you proficiency score for example, in English or literacy, or perhaps in art, or you're doing a rubric assignment, you're going to want to put in there 4, because that would be the top or the most points. 4 out of 4, 3, 2, 1. So after choosing the category for the standards, once again, you always choose the points. And if you're proficiency scoring, you're going to use a 4. If you're point scoring, you're going to use any point number. And in this case, please do not use the multiplier. Automatically, it should be set to 1. And then you should be able to hit save. Oh, wait a minute, one more thing to do. Keep on scrolling after the standards. And once again, it's going to seem counterintuitive, but your grading tasks need to remain unchecked. And then down at the bottom, now you hit save. And then from here, if you want to go directly into it, you can score. If you want to wait and score it later, you can come back to it in the assignment list if you so choose. But here you click save and then score. From there, you can go ahead and you enter your scores. You can enter your scores in and then hit save and close, and it should populate into your gradebook. You can also enter it in from the traditional gradebook view if you so choose. So once you've entered in some grades, the gradebook view with in-progress grading, this is what your gradebook would look like. Notice at the top that the task up there shows you what those scores are about. And if you notice, the task is going to be the standard, because that's what you're scoring to, is the standard. If you drop down, and currently if you choose Progress Report 1 or 2 or Semester Grade, nothing's going to show in progress, because right now everything is aligned to the standards. The second piece is that you also want to be in Term 2, because once again it's in progress grading and you want to be in Term 2. Notice that there's green off to the side. When we were over in settings, you can choose to have that highlighted, and it can show you who's passing, who's not passing, and give you some additional visual information. Also notice when we added this assignment, it was categories was coursework, and so all of the scores are in the coursework column. So what are the next steps? The OASD is in the Campus Instruction Beta Gradebook. The look and capabilities are different than a traditional gradebook, and we are working with Infinite Campus, and we are getting our heads wrapped around what exactly does that look like and what are those capabilities. We're still working on the correct setup to see an overall in-progress grade. So right now when you see an in-progress grade, that's aligned to the grading task or the standard that you happen to be looking at. If you do not have standards in your gradebook, which is some of our English courses like English 2 Honors, English 3 Honors, some of the upper English courses, please wait to set up your gradebook. We'll let you know, and we're fully aware, and we're going to get that in there. And if you haven't already, please fill in the Google form link to let us know you are missing standards. Most everybody should be in good shape though. In addition, training will be set up and offered for district points to help you understand the full capabilities as we're doing this, because it continues to be a work in progress, a little slower work in progress than we anticipated, but a work in progress. And we will also have communication pieces for you to include in home communications, emails, and newsletters. Just know that we are not alone in this type of gradebook setup, and many large districts in the state of Wisconsin that have gone to Infinite Campus, like Kenosha and Milwaukee, have a similar setup in Campus Instruction Beta. Thank you so much for your time and your patience. Please make sure that you're using Campus Community if you get stuck. Please be sure to be using Campus Community if you have any additional questions on attendance or other areas like how to run rosters, how to set up your seating charts. But this will get you going in your gradebook so that you can actually start to enter grades. And a part 2 will be coming out, and once again, additional trainings to help you out in the Oshkosh Area School District Secondary Gradebook. Thanks, and have a great rest of your day.